Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more political chatter. And coming out of Oakland, California, we do have some pretty breaking news. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the independent candidate for president, who is polling the highest since Ross Perot did in 1992, has just selected his vice presidential running mate, and it is someone that you most likely have never heard of. Or maybe never heard of before a few days ago when it started to be floated, that she could be the choice. Now, her name is Nicole Shanahan. She is a Silicon Valley entrepreneur and businesswoman involved with tech. Is the now ex-wife. She was once married to the founder of Google, actually. So she is very wealthy, to say the least. If you remember the Super Bowl ad that RFK Jr. ran back in February. Now it went very viral. It cost $7 million for this simple 30-second ad, but it definitely was pretty successful and got Kennedy's name out there. But Nicole Shanahan was the sort of mystery woman that funded this ad, this nationwide ad. She put $4 million directly towards the RFK Jr. Super PAC for this ad. It took $7 million to run the ad total. That's how much it costs. So she put in more than half of the Super Bowl ad cost. So to say the least, she has been very involved in this campaign, especially when it comes to funding. She just taking a quick look at her. She is a Democrat. She has, numerous times funded Democratic campaigns. She donated millions, or maybe not millions, but hundreds of thousands at least, to Pete Buttigieg's 2020 campaign. She donated to Marianne Williamson, I believe in 2020. I don't know if it's 2024 or 2020, but I know that she did donate to Marianne Williamson at some point. And of course, in the past, she has donated to the RFK Jr. campaign. So again, she has been very involved in this campaign. And, with her abundance of wealth, she has been pretty financially involved in past campaigns, and she has donated to more, by the way. I don't know if it'll show it here. So yeah, the point is she always donates to Democratic political candidates. She contributed $150,000 to a Los Angeles County District Attorney Democratic candidate, and then yeah, in the 2020 primaries. Okay, so not as much as I thought at all, but she did put in $2,800 to Marianne Williamson and Pete Buttigieg, and she did co-host a fundraiser for Buttigieg, and she donated $25,000 of her own money to Joe Biden in the general election. So, um, again, she is very involved in political, Democratic, I should say, campaigns, and it is a very interesting move that she is now moving over to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. It's official here. On the website, you can see it. The ticket is Kennedy Shanahan. They make her, very publicized here that she is the vice presidential candidate for Kennedy. They really want people to know that clearly. Um, but again, she has donated to Democratic candidates in the past, and considering that she was a Biden donator, she was a Buttigieg donator, two very establishment candidates. It really is surprising, especially after hearing her speech today in Oakland. How anti-establishment she is. I mean, she was really going after vaccines, even just like Kennedy. I mean, that is a pretty radical idea at this time, in history, right after COVID, the pandemic. I mean, she is going after big pharma, big ag, um, big food, if that's a thing. She was, attacking all the big food corporations that put GMOs and chemicals and other unnatural substances in our food that we eat, us Americans. So she seems to be a very anti-establishment figure, which really did surprise me looking at her past. Now, the question comes up, is this a good choice? That is the most important question. And I would say that if I was a regular voter, I would not be blown away by this choice. Right? This selection of Nicole Shanahan as his vice president, as his running mate, really will not attract all that many voters. I mean, if any, at all. I mean, she really doesn't bring much to the table at all besides her wealth. A lot of people say, a lot of haters of Kennedy say, and I would really have to agree with this in a large part, that Kennedy is bringing Nicole Shanahan on the ticket, really mainly for her financial funding. I mean, that really is, from what I see, the only positive that that Shanahan can bring to the Kennedy campaign. There were other choices too: Aaron Rodgers, Jesse Ventura, um, Tracy something or other. I don't know. So there were other choices on the table that would probably have been open to it, and uh, there were other candidates who would have stirred up, some excitement more than Nicole Shanahan. The problem with Kennedy's campaign right now is the fact that he is an independent candidate. The media doesn't cover independents as much, even though he might be polling at 15% on average nationwide. The media doesn't like to cover independents, especially someone as anti-establishment as Kennedy, as much as they do the other candidates. And, ballot access, I mean, that's where independents have to put their money. So, Kennedy, his problem right now is getting his name out there as an independent, making it known that there is another option for president, another viable option for president other than Trump or Biden, and Kennedy is that solution. Now, that is what he is trying to say. And with someone like Aaron Rodgers, Jesse Ventura, people who are very well known, even though there might be problems with those two down the road, or maybe not down the road, maybe immediately, that would still bring in excitement. That would still bring in attention, desperately needed attention. Now, Nicole Shanahan, on the other hand, is not well known at all. Um, I mean, she doesn't have a picture on her Wikipedia page. Okay, so that right there, you can see, is a pretty major problem. I mean, she is just not someone who is widely known across the United States, someone that the press would like to talk about. I mean, the press would really, for better or for worse, negatively or positively, if Kennedy had chosen Aaron Rodgers as his running mate, or Tulsi Gabbard, or someone else, that would, the press would love to talk about that. That would bring a lot of attention. Now, Nicole Shanahan, on the other hand, is not going to bring in that attention at all. The media will just brush this off. This is not notable, right? To talk about on the news. If you've got a news program, 5 to 6 on CNN, you've got an hour for news, you're a news anchor. This is really not something, especially with the war in Gaza, the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsing. This is really not something that you need to talk about. Now, if it was someone else, that would be a different story. But Nicole Shanahan does not interest a lot of people. She is a young woman. I will give Kennedy that. That definitely makes him more appealing, especially to suburban moms, which it seems like he is kind of has been targeting with his message about children lately. So it'll help with that. But it would she would be effective if she was just more better known, right? You know, she is not a bad pick, right? This pick really can't bring much negative attention except for the fact that they could say, the media or whoever on social media, people could say, that he just chose her to bring in the money. But besides that, you really don't have much dirt on Nicole Shanahan at all. Other candidates might, so that is something that is good for her, but they're just not going to talk about her at all. And at this time, Kennedy desperately needs attention. He desperately needs press, and that is the same issue that other other third party candidates in the past um have have had. I mean, you've seen Biden excite the base with picking Kamala Harris as his running mate in 2020, the first African American and the first female vice president. You saw who else? Who else would be an excite? I mean, I guess you could say John Kerry picking John Edwards, a more younger, more vibrant type of guy to energize his base. So VP picks are very important in that sense, but Kennedy, not like a letdown for a lot of people, but not really one that gets you too excited. That really makes you want to get involved with the Kennedy campaign. So, overall, again, this won't weaken him, right? I mean, that's the good thing. Honestly, someone like Aaron Rodgers might actually weaken the Kennedy campaign. Nicole Shanahan really won't. I don't know how much, if any, if the level of support that she brings in, but at least it's not a horrible pick. So thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you all go ahead and subscribe and leave a like and even leave a comment. Yes, let me know your opinion on this. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.